Hey friends, welcome to another episode of Synced Up Equipment Basics. My name is Kyle, and today we're going to be going over 27 points in space. So 27 points is an idea that helps us mentally create all possible checkpoints and pathways that can be seen in choreography. It can be referenced while learning choreography to ensure that all performers are at the same point in space at a given time. You guys know the drill. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell icon so you can keep up with all of our future uploads. And with that out of the way, let's go learn our 27 points in space. So when it comes to 27 points in space, it's a bit of a complicated subject. I'm gonna do my best to simplify as much as I can, but there are a lot of components that go to it. So don't feel bad if it's still slightly confusing to you after this video. Just know that after some practice and some repetition of it, you'll get to understand it a little bit more. So overall, I want you to remember two main components that contribute to 27 points in space. That is horizontal lines and vertical lines. Horizontal being flat, parallel to the floor, and then vertical lines being parallel to the walls on the sides of us. When it comes to the horizontal lines, there are three main ones that you have to remember. That is a top horizontal line that's above our head, a middle horizontal line that's in line with the center of our body, and then a bottom horizontal line that's closer to the floor. Whenever we go over the 27 points in space, those points will fall on one of those three horizontal lines. So we have a top, we have a middle, and we have a bottom. And following the horizontal lines, we have the vertical lines. There are a total of 9 vertical lines that we need to know. I know that sounds like a lot, but I promise you they're actually pretty easy to remember, again, because they're in relation to you as you stand in a given space. The first 4 that you want to remember are going to be at the corners of you, creating kind of a box square around you. So there's one at this corner, one at this corner, and then 2 more at the opposite corners behind you. For the 4 following that are going to be the ones that are in front, behind, and to the sides of you. So essentially the ones that are in between the corner pieces. Essentially the first 8 vertical lines create this large box around you with lines in the middle of the sides of the boxes, right? So we have one line at this corner, one line in front of me, one line at the opposite corner, one line at the side, one at this corner over here, one behind me, one at this corner over here, one on the side of me, and then that is 8 total vertical lines. The 9th vertical line is essentially you. It cuts through the center of you in the middle of the box. So you are essentially the 9th vertical line. So again, we have 4 corners, we have 4 that's in front or to the sides or back of us, and then we have 1 more that is in the center of our body. So before we do anything with the flag, I want to discuss the 27 points specifically and just kind of point them out for you as we go through them. I'm going to turn to face this back wall so that way as you're watching this video, you guys can relate your 27 points with mine. So that way you don't have to think about flip-flopping it or mirroring it. In general, there's only one side to 27 points because we cover all of the range around our entire body. We just increase numbers as we go through it. So it's not a right and a left 27 points, it's just 27 points. So I'm gonna face the back. Remember, we have 9 vertical lines that go to the corner, in front of us, corner, all the way around, and then 1 more in the center of us. And then we have 3 horizontal lines. If we connect the top horizontal line with the first vertical line, we see a point, and that is going to be point 1. This is our first point right here that's in line with the top horizontal line and in line with our first vertical line. From there, we just stay on that same vertical line and we bring it down to the middle horizontal line. This is going to be point 2. So we have point 1 at the top and then point 2 in the middle. Following that, you guessed it, we have point 3 in line with the bottom horizontal line, but still staying on the same vertical line. Each vertical line will have 3 total points of it because there are 3 horizontal lines that intersect with the vertical line. After we see point 1, 2, and 3, we're going to move to our next vertical line, which is going to be the one that's in front of us. So I'm going to slightly shift to the side just so like as I'm pointing, you can see it. So we had point 1, 2, and 3 in relation to our body. Now we move into point 4, which is at that vertical line up here in the middle of us, but in line with that top horizontal line. This is point 4. Then we go down to point 5, which is in line with the middle horizontal line, still in line with that middle vertical line. And then we see point 6 at the bottom. So we had point 1, 2, and 3, and then we see point 4, 5, and 6. This is again, with me facing the back, it's all in front of me right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After that, we go to the next vertical line, which is the one at this corner. We see 7 at the top, in line with the top horizontal line, 8 in line with the middle horizontal line, and then 9 in line with the bottom horizontal line. So those are the 9 points that are in front of us for all 27 points. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9. Moving on from there, we have this side this side vertical line over here. We see 3 more. We have 10 at the top in line with the top horizontal line, 11 in line with the middle horizontal line, and 12 at the bottom horizontal line. Following that, we go to the corner that is behind us, and we see 13, 14, and 15, again with the top, middle, and bottom horizontal lines. So just a quick recap, we have 1, 2, and 3 in this corner. We have 4, 5, and 6 directly in front of us. We have 7, 8, and 9 in the other corner. We have 10, 11, 12 on the side of us. And then we have 13, 14, 15 at the back corner on the right side of us. Directly behind us is our next vertical line that we'll see. And we see 16, 17, and 18. So again, remember, this is wrapping around us. So as we travel around, we just increase the numbers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Following that, we have this corner over here, which will be 19, 20, 21 for the top, middle, and bottom. Then we have the sides of us, which will be 22, 23, 24. And then remember, instead of going to this last corner, because we've already covered this one, there is a 9th vertical line that's in the center of our body. So that was 20, 22, 23, 24. Then from there, it's gonna be 25 in the center of my body, 26 in the middle of my body, and 27 in the middle of my body as well, but at my feet. So overall, one more quick review. We have points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 down at my feet. So in general, when going through your points, you're always gonna start at the top horizontal line and travel your way down 3 points, and then you'll move to the next vertical line. You start at the front corner to the left side of you, and you travel all the way around your body and then end in the center of your body for the 27th point, which is at your feet. In general, when it comes to memorizing this, the more that you just do them and the more that you reference them, the better it'll be for you. But if you can't remember exactly where point 12 is, let's say, all you have to do is count. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, there's point 12. So just use that as a reference. You can just count your way through to make sure that you know exactly what point is being mentioned at any given time. So now that you all know the 27 points in space, I want to go over how you can practice each of them with a piece of equipment. In general, when you're working through choreography, 27 points are going to be referenced in all 3 pieces of equipment. But when you're practicing it, a standard piece of equipment to use is going to be the flag, just because it's a good piece, it's large, and it can help you really define each of those points as you go through. So to start, we're going to be going to right center. If you're unfamiliar with this position, don't worry, we have a video on standard flag positions, so go give that video a watch so you can just reference what this position is. To start, every point that we go through, we're going to point the top crutch tip at that point. So we're going to start by pushing that top crutch tip up to our point 1. As I do that, I grab the bottom crutch tip of the flag with my left hand and I connect it to my hip. Right now, my right arm is straight, my left arm is bent, and my top crutch tip is pointing to point 1. Moving on from here, all I have to do is I have to lift that left hand up to my face, or to the side of my face. My flag drops down to flat and my top crutch tip is pointing to point 2. And then from here, all I have to do is drop that right arm down and I matched my crutch tip to 0.3. So I started in that right center. I push the crutch tip up 0.1, the right arm is straight, left arm is bent. I bring that up with my left hand to make flat with my flag to 0.2, my right arm is still straight. And then I drop my right arm down to get to 0.3 with the crutch tip. From here, I move to 0.4. I bring the flag in front of me in the center of my body. My left hand is in line with my belly button and my right arm is extended out straight to get to 0.4. From here, I do the same process where I lift that left hand up, bring it to the side of my face. My right arm is still extended and I'm at 0.5. And then after that, all I have to do is drop that right arm and I'm at 0.6. From here, I continue that process and I go up to 0.7. Again, my left arm is bent and my right arm is straight. I bend that left arm up to create 0.8 in front of me. And notice if you look at me from the side, I'm not flat in front of me. I'm pushed out to that corner because I'm still in the corner of the room for 0.7, 8, and 9. So 0.8 right here where I'm at flat, and then I drop down to 0.9 of the room. So those first 9 points, we start in that right center. We push out to 0.1, drop it flat to 0.2, drop it down to 0.3. Then we go to 0.4, bring it to the side of our face for 0.5, down 0.6, bring it up 0.7, flat 0.8, down 0.9. Moving on from here, I go up to 0.10, which is gonna be to the side of my body, 10 right here. So this one truly is flat to the room and within my toaster. So I'm in 0.10, and then I bring that left arm up to 0.11. The flag is flat in line with my eyes, and my crutch tip is pointing to 0.11. And then I drop that right arm down 0.12. From here, I go to the back corner, which will be 0.13, 13. And then I bring that left hand up to 0.14, and then I drop it down to 0.15. So those were the first 15 points of 27 points. From here, when we go through 16, 17, 18, there's gonna be a slight difference. So when we get to 16, that stays the same, 16. When we break to 17, that stays the same, we're at 17. When I move to 0.18, I'm gonna slide my left hand that's at the crutch tip down to meet the right hand at the tab of this pole. So I went 16 stayed the same, 17 stayed the same, and then I slide that left hand down to the tab for 0.18. Both of my hands right now are splitting the tab equally. This will make sense in a second, I promise. From 0.18, I'm gonna leave my left hand at the tab, and as I go up to 0.19, my right hand is gonna slide to the bottom crutch tip. Now my left hand is on top and my right hand is on bottom. The reason we do that is if I kept my hand still through the 0.18, and then I tried to do 0.19, 20, 21 while keeping my hands in the same spot, obviously I can't do that because then it becomes super awkward. So from 0.16, 17, 18, I have to switch my hands. So on 18, I slide my left hand. On 19, I slide my right hand. So that way, when I do this side of the 27 points, it's a little bit easier. So I'm at 0.19 right now. I break to 0.20, and then I go down 21. From here, this is also gonna be a slight change on 0.24. So 22 stays the same, 23. On 0.24, I switch again. So I slide that right hand back down to 24. On 25, I'm gonna slide that left hand back up. So I'll go over that in a second. So we had 16, 17, 18. On 0.18, I slide that left hand. Then I slide the right hand 19. I keep it there 20, 21. Then I go 22, 23. I slide one more time 24. Now we have the last 3 points in space. And remember, that last vertical line was the one that was the center of our body. So we're referencing those 3 points. From here, I go up, I've slid my right hand down to the tab. I go to our regular right shoulder for 25. My right hand is back at the tab and my left hand is at the bottom crutch tip. This is 25. From here, I'm gonna go to the opposite vertical and bring the silk all the way down, 26. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm gonna push that left hand down and I'm gonna let go of the flag. I'm gonna allow the silk to rotate at my wrist as if I'm kind of doing a drop spin in a sense, and I push it up to then re-grab back at that right center, and this is 0.27. So one more quick review. I slid down 0.24, I slide back up 25, I bring the silk down 26, I push to allow the silk to rise back up, and I re-grab in the center at point 27, again referencing that last center vertical line. So just to give us a visual of all the 27 points, we start in that right center, we push up to point 1, go down to point 2, and then point 3. We go up to point 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, this is where the change happens, 18, we switch again, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, here's the other switch, 24, bring it up 25, all the way down 26, push it back to center, 27. And then again, you can either restart or that's the end of your practice. So in this video, we went over 27 points in space. We started with drawing up a diagram of the 3 horizontal lines and the 9 vertical lines and discussed where they are in relation to our body. Afterwards, we discussed where each of the points were, essentially where each of the vertical and horizontal lines intersected. And then we described how to put it into an exercise with flag, so that way you can practice each of the 27 points. I know that that is a lot. I know that overall it could be confusing, but I hope that this video gave a little bit of understanding and a little bit of sense to the idea of 27 points. It is really helpful, and if you're able to use it to reference in choreography, it becomes a lot easier when we get to cleaning and trying to make sure that choreography looks similar from person to person. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to like below and make sure to comment down below with any questions you may have as well pertaining to 27 points or really anything related to color guard. Anyways, I will see you guys on the next one, and happy spinning.